Guys, some former financial execs who switched over to crypto are giving reasons why they wouldn't go back. And one of the main reasons they gave was that banking is slowly dying. That's really interesting, actually. But there is some reasoning behind it. Do I believe that banking is really dying? No, I don't think banks are actually going anywhere. Banks' main purpose is to store people's money. People still don't want to put their money under a mattress. So they're going to take it to banks, and not everyone is in the field of investing in crypto. Not everyone's even in the field of investing in stocks. They feel that these crypto assets are too volatile, which many times they are, and especially if you are using some of that money to spend day to day. Obviously, you don't want to put it in crypto where it can be negative 50% the next day. 2%, 3%, 4%, even 8% yearly inflation is fine for that kind of money. Because you're spending it day to day, but 50% daily inflation or a 50% daily decrease in value, that's not so fine. So I do think banks actually have a purpose, but banking may shrink significantly in the future because if you look at the Australian statistics, 33% of Gen Z Zoomers actually that invest actually have crypto in their portfolios. So some of that money is actually filtering to crypto. And that probably has the banking execs and the financial industry scared, which is why they're coming up with all these kind of BS regulations to actually stop crypto because they don't really want crypto taking part of their pie. But the banking sector hasn't really been building the trust itself, which it should be building. Every time something happens, taxpayer money has to be used to bail the banks out. And of course, when they see large profit, they don't really give the profit to us. They keep it among their shareholders, which is not great distribution. We have to pay their bills. They don't give us the profits. Who wants to do that, right? No one. So the thing is despite the fact that this is actually good for the big banks, this banking consolidation where these small banks are collapsing and they're being bought out for the big banks, overall it's bad for the industry because it kills the trust that the industry is trying to achieve. And the less trust you have, the more likely people are going to go into crypto. The older generation, the baby boomers, maybe even Gen X, they might not be so, they might not actually be so comfortable with the concept of cryptocurrency, with the concept of putting your money in cryptos, with the concept of storing your money in Bitcoin. But newer generations, millennials, Gen Z, we've grown up with the technology. We're more, in tune with it. We've lived with it pretty much most of our lives, if not all our lives. And we're looking for new means of finance. Remember, I think the overall standard of living, if you actually adjust for technology, has actually gone down in the last 2-3 decades. You can't many people are having to hold 2 jobs in the family to even just get by instead of 1 job back in the 50s and 60s. And wage has not kept up with inflation, so people are looking for other ways to actually make money. And crypto is one of those ways. They want their money to work for them. And if you put it in a bank with a checking account at 0.2% interest, that's not working for them. Even a savings account, CD, 4 or 5% interest, they're not looking at that as a very juicy option. Some of the younger people, if you're younger, you can afford to take more risks. So you have more time in front of you. So they're looking to actually put their money in something they can gain 20, 30, 40%, possibly 100% within a couple of months. So they're looking at crypto. Crypto tends to double or triple at least every couple of years. And that's really what they're interested in. They're not interested in small money. They're interested in the big money. So the thing is, obviously, banks are actually losing customers to crypto, and they're really trying to desperately get it back by maybe, allying themselves with all these regulatory companies to slow crypto down. But some of these banking executives that have actually switched over, obviously they're going to be a little biased. They actually think that because of these elements, banking is kind of dying. It doesn't offer the same ROI. It doesn't have the trust it used to, and people much would rather just control their own money. Now, it's definitely not for everyone. I think most people still would rather have someone else control, take care of their money rather than just take care of it themselves, regardless of what generation it is. But the younger you get, the more people are willing to do these things. And younger people would rather take the risk and have an investment option That's basically that doesn't have a barrier to entry rather than one that does have a barrier to entry. So there's a lot of things actually there's a lot of stuff going on here that we need to take account of. It's not like the exec said that banking is actually dying, but I do think banking is diminishing and crypto will eat part of the pie, and that's why they're so desperate. So yes, banking I think will shrink as a sector. It has to integrate electronically, and they're going to be forced to give better products, which could actually be one of the best results crypto could actually give us. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.